Okay, so we have made it to the Autocross event with both the CA Corvette and the Shelby GT350R. Now, these two cars, honestly, they are just such great track cars, at least from what I'm familiar with, driving them at Willow Springs and also Auto Club Speedway over there, Fontana. I want to find out how they handle the twisties, the corners, side by side with each other. Here's the R, as you know, 526 horsepower with sticky cut 2 tires with carbon fiber wheels. This car is so hooked up. The balance, this has to be the best, the most balanced Mustang ever made. And coming to the back, yeah, that massive rear wing, which probably won't do anything out here. But they coming this way, this being mid-engine now, all that extra weight in the back will keep those rear tires from sliding. Also, we're testing out new Advent Apex Yokohama tires. These were sent to us by the Corvette forum. Let's get inside each car and go over how they handle side by side. Basically, what I learn as a driver, just to see which one is easier to go fast in and also more fun. Okay, so here we go. First time ever autocrossing the CA Corvette. That is just so crazy, going back and forth, left and right like that. There's so much going on. It's so different than tracking at the road course. And the road course, I have time to think about stuff here and there. But here at the autocross, it's just non-stop. The car is being flung left and right. And in all honesty, the way this CA Corvette is controlled, it feels so balanced. And these aren't even R compound tires. These tires are on the same level as the PS4S stock tires. So if it's hooking up this well out here, I mean, it's just pure fun. I'm not afraid of the car. I'm not intimidated by it. And since it is so advanced, it makes it easy to drive fast. I'm not worried about me missing a gear. A very easy car to drive on track. You just feel like you're in tune with it so much. Plus, the view that you get out of it, you can see everything perfectly, and you know the dimensions of the car to a precise pinpoint, which is a really big benefit out here. The one thing that is kicking out of my head is how balanced this car is. It feels balanced on the racetrack, that being Laguna Seca or Willow Springs, but then out here tossing and turning the car, it gives me the same impression. And when it does kick out, it's a mostly gradual experience, making it feel like a toy out here. You can just keep slamming on the gas and sliding that tail end around, and as long as you feed the steering wheel, you keep giving gas, and you can hold really nice slip angles with the car. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me hop out of this car and ride into the yard as fast as I possibly can to give you a right off the bat comparative impression. Okay, here we go inside the yard. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I haven't tracked the yard in a long time and never actually autocrossed the yard. Last time I autocrossed the GT350 was back during the GT350 Track Attack, which was at the Utah Ford Motorsports campus. A lot of fun out there. This is definitely a very different sensation. So we're gonna see in this environment what my initial impressions are in this. I don't care what anyone says, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, like a Shelby GT350R. The control, how natural it is, it makes it a lot of fun to drive. I have this gear changer right here. So going through the gears, it's just gonna be all about me. Can I do all these different tasks at one time, right? level of grip and control you have, it's unreal, unreal. This is a fantastic track car, fantastic track car. And it's so interesting because the C8 feels entirely different, that being with its control. So essentially, put it this way. I gotta take the helmet off for a second because that is how much fun I'm having. Excuse the helmet hair too. I need a haircut really badly. But here's the deal. That is so much fun. Honestly, this car, the best way to put it is this. This car has so much front end grip. You can toss it and throw it, and the car has no problem if you are driving and putting in aggressive inputs. It's fine with it. And sometimes makes it even more fun to do it that way. And then winding out the RPM, it's a sensation where you think you're going way faster than you are. And then getting on the brakes, I'd say the C8 and this car, the brakes are tied. But that's just my honest opinion. That being from my experience tracking both cars. And it's because the C8, it weighs right on the same. I think it's a bit less in this car. Anyways, though, driving this car hard, it's so maneuverable. It loves the aggression. It makes it such a fantastic track car. And my impressions right now driving this on that autocross course, just tossing it around, it feels like it handles much better than the base model GT500 I had, which makes a lot of sense. This car, it weighs less, and then also it's got sticky cup 2 tires and carbon fiber wheels. This is a car that will always be timeless. The handling that you get out of it is just uncompared with anything else. When you start adding in the engine really just brings the experience to the next level. It does, because it makes the car more than what it is. It makes it feel special. It's one of those things. I'm sweating a lot right now. Please excuse that. It's 100 degrees and I'm no AC. This is one of those moments that I'm like, well, I should have gotten the R package with the electronics delete, right? If my AC is out again. The handling of the C8, it's one of those things. The C8 feels lighter. Getting on the power with the mid-engine platform, it wants to hook much better. But with this, though, the front end has a bit more grip. It's since the balance of the weight is, I think it's 54-46. I think it's right around there, 50-50 almost. And you can feel that. You're right in the middle. You have all that weight above the front axle where the wheels are that you turn a steering wheel. And then behind you, you have those sticky Cup 2 tires. You put all that together, and it makes for what I think might just be the best track Mustang ever built. At least from my experience driving this car and having it for as long as I have. I would take this over the base model GT500 any day of the week for track use. Even though it's got less horsepower, that's not what it's about. What I've learned is that horsepower doesn't really make a track car, because if you can't put down that power and use it to your advantage, you may be faster in a lower horsepower vehicle.
A young kid. This kid, if you guys don't watch YouTube, so a friend of mine, Gary, who's been waiting on his C8 forever, the two of us got hooked on watching YouTube about C8 Corvettes. And there's a young gentleman out here whose name is Austin. You might know him as the Speed Phenom. Austin, where are you? Austin, come over here, young man. This guy gives me hope for our younger generation. Austin, we'd like to award you an FNG award, so if you could please stand over there so we can take your picture. Hey, you need to check him out on YouTube, man. This kid's got some great videos. I watched him drive at Big Willow, man. He's got a good line. I like it.
Thank you.
All right, so along with it, and since we have a 16 and older, that's why, the whole FNG thing. Right now, he's got the other half. It's okay, don't worry about it.
Here we are riding in Joe's 2019 Shelby GT350R Autocross. This should be a ton of fun. Let's see how she handles. I love this car. The manual never gets old, you know that?
Never.
That's crazy. I never realized how insane is riding in the passenger seat. It's like you can barely sit still. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. It really does help me out. And also subscribe for much more great C8 and Shelby content coming your way. I'll see all of you in the next episode. And stay tuned for that head-to-head track comparison on a full-size racing circuit.